Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. And welcome to another edition of the Senate. No, as we told you, first things first, I'm your host, Neil Hoyt, joined by my other host, Derek Marshall. Um, but also, too, we have a special guest. We did tell you we were going to have a special guest. We have DJ Mali Fresh. He has joined us in the Senate. And Mali, what's the word?
Yo, what's going on, guys, man? Thank you for having me here. We're gonna have a great night. Good
It's true. It's true.
conversations. We're
Boy,
gonna.
boy, we can get into it. No, before we get into anything, first we do two things. One, Derek, he usually plugs his G Syndicate. Usually plugs G Syndicate because at the beginning of the program you would have heard, you would have seen and heard their music, seen the music videos, everything like that. So Derek, as usual, just plug his stuff.
Yeah, man. As always, guys, you can check us out, gsyndicate6.com. You can check us out on Instagram as well, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, at gsyndicate6, right? So everything on that, gsyndicate6, you can check us out. If you're interested in the music, you can go and get some pictures, that kind of stuff. Just check us out. Stay tuned if you want to keep abreast of the new music we have coming out and that kind of stuff. That's the best way to stay in contact. Everything at gsyndicate6. How the fellas doing? Neil, how you doing tonight, my brother?
Right, I am good, my brother. You know how it is. I got to clean up. Got to shave. Feeling myself. Got my car washed today. I do some things for myself. So I'm feeling pretty swaggerific. From what I understand, from what you have told me, or from what I've seen from Mali's post, we could get flamed. So I had a little extra cute tonight. So if we could go viral, I got a little cute. I go viral and look pop down. You understand?
Yeah, man.
How you doing, man? There. How is everything?
I cannot complain at all. I am pretty good. I did not get cleaned up, as I told you on Tuesday. I gave the face and the head a little ease from the razor a little bit. I will reconvene with that exercise in the next couple of days as I push towards the next birthday. You know what I mean? So as we get closer to that time, then I will organize. But Mali, what about you, man?
Me,
How are
everything is
things on your side?
everything's going on my side. I went and get my cleanup, obviously, because my birthday is on Saturday, so I make sure that
The house.
right. Gonna make sure I look in the way.
Yeah, man. I see a couple of the
Well,
regulars in the house already. You see Jennifer in the house. See Kevin Seeley in the house. Give me the eyes and Nick in the house as well. Shout out to you guys. And before we even get started, let me do the social media thing. So follow the pages, like the pages, the Senate Podcast here on Facebook, the Senate Podcast on YouTube, the Senate Podcast 246 on IG. And if you have anything you want to send us, any suggestions or anything like that, senateinsession@gmail.com. Hit us up. We'll be happy to go through some of your stuff. Yes, Jennifer, no scarf tonight. It's a little warm, and I know that Mali is the pretty guy, right? So I left the swag for Mali tonight, right? As a guest, I'll be respectful. So Mali,
no.
Yes, sir.
let me get in there, man. Let me get in there.
Yeah.
I saw,
boy.
yeah, I saw a couple days ago you had a post up, and then
Yeah.
I was going through my whole my YouTube watching and stuff like that, and I found another post about the same thing. And then somebody sent me a link yesterday about the same thing. So I said, you know what? Let me reach out, see if we can get you on the show to discuss this. And the topic is, should ladies propose to men? Right? And of course, we had some very interesting responses. The responses were hilarious. Your responses were more hilarious. I grabbed a couple of them before they got taken. But I don't know if Neil got them there or anything like that. But I am going to.
You got here, man.
Let me just go through a couple of them for the people in the family in the house, right? So the question is, ladies, would you propose to a man? One lady responded and said, you skip about 20 steps. I can't even find. So of course, she couldn't even find a fella. Another girl said she would vacuum all the sand on the beach first. And my man's
Wait, hold on,
response to
wait.
that was,
Wait, let me find that one. Let me
put that on screen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one
That
on
girl
screen
said
there.
she would vacuum all the sand on the beach first. And when my asked if she would jump in the bike after. She probably should have, you know what I mean? One lady's response was, I would paint a house with nail polish first.
That was hard. I ain't gonna lie, that was hard. That was
That would have hurt.
Yeah, my mom said, I really should be laughing at this. And I agree. I found that hilarious, right? Another woman said, no, God made us for man. One thing I know, if a man wants you, you won't ever have to wonder. He might want you, as my mom said, but not to marry you. And that's something we touch on often here on the show, right? In that, it's one thing for a man to come by you at night, ladies. We talk about the 2:37 ladies, right? 2:37 a.m. It's cold, you turn your roll over and you're by yourself, right? But it's one thing for a fella to come over and beat the brakes off you and go long. It's another thing for a fella to come over and decide, you know what, I want to keep this woman as my woman. Let me marry this woman. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's something that comes up often on the show. We had another woman, she said, no, not even asking a man to be my man. What? To which Mali responded, I feel you single.
I love it.
And to be fair, I agree with Mali. I feel so too. Because we can get into that. A little bit.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, so we got another lady. If I felt like we are ready to take that step, yes. So there's actually somebody out there who says that they will actually make that proposal. One lady. I love the what I'm going to call bitter responses, right? The responses to vitriol, they're the most hilarious for me. So one lady says, I'd swallow melted glass first.
Wait, hold on. Let me find that one there. So yeah, hit me with that one. I swallow melted glass.
I'd swallow melted glass first. And Molly says, another single lady, I can hear the pain in your words. Yeah. One lady says, I'd propose to Bill Gates right now. And then my man says, if sense was a person. And I so agree with that. If it's one body you should appear the person right now, it'd be Bill Gates. Speaking of Jeff Bezos, if you can too, right?
All right, Dave.
One other lady says, I'd rather be single forever. And my man with the appropriate response, with this attitude, you just might be.
Jeez, my mouth both violence.
I woke up and I chose violence.
Violence. Really chose
violence. I chose violence.
To the question somebody asked if they got food out there, to which my man say, somebody soon poison you. Because you wouldn't get married for food. So it's nothing to get to a man. Somebody asked Mali if somebody proposed to him, and man said, nope, not the way this survey set up. That ain't happening. Somebody says flat out no with a heart. So my man said, no love, and you will get no love as well. You know? There's a woman that said if she deemed her husband, the man she was with, to be worthy, she would propose. And nothing wrong with that to my mind. But we can get into it. Somebody says, I have to be on my deathbed and still I won't do that ish. My man asks, who hurt you? Which is
hurt you. That response was hard.
Which is a catch-all response for men who are the same misogynistic. A woman said yes, with a bullet in a ring box though. And my man said, I ain't sure how to take this one. He should run. We agree. He should run. If you get bullets in a ring box, they ain't good about that.
That is called force.
Yeah.
It's called force.
Yeah, one lady said yes, she would propose the same way ladies love when a man proposes. Why can't you as well? It's both ways for me. And Mali says, I grant you all the riches you deserve. A woman says, can I give him a promise ring and see how he reacts first? And my man says, progress, small steps. And then, yeah, it kind of fizzled out because these ladies were actually proposing to the men. It wasn't as much fun.
No, but they got one. They got one you missed, man. They got one they see here. I would eat stew jeans first.
Oh yes.
Where's my man say, I could see in the end you'll be naked.
last. I
I
would
love it.
shoot jeans first.
First.
Yeah. So before we, before we really get into that, so Mali, what made
Yeah. Yeah.
are you familiar with the red pill and men going their own way movements?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so
Whoa.
what would have prompted you to pose the
What
question
prompted
like
me to
that?
what prompted me to post this question is that I was on Instagram, and I think you also made a mention to it. I saw a lady, a popular IG personality. She
Mhm.
posted a picture with a pregnant lady to a man,
Right, I got
and
it on screen now. I got it on
you
screen
got
now.
on screen now, right? All right, cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the responses to this is what caught my eye. Like people destroy this, destroy it. Well, she for one said that that would never happen. She rather sweep up all of the. She rather mop the sea before she was to do that there. And I wanted to say something on it, and I said, you know what? Let me keep my mouth shut. If anything, let me post a poll. Let me create a poll and see if all women think the same way.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And yes, please. What is that again? I want to call it. Okay. Yeah. So I was like, I mean, the women like destroy this thing. Like the women said they would never do it ever
Yeah.
in life. Like this was the antichrist, and I felt away. I tell myself, yeah. So is it that bad? I mean, proposing to a man is really that bad?
Yeah.
So I said, you know what?
Apparently.
Let me do this poll and see how people on my page or
Uh-huh.
whoever feel about it. And as you see, you and
Yeah.
saw.
Mhm.
Some were not for it at all. I mean, majority were not for it. Let me say that.
Majority.
I didn't post all. I posted ones that I found were
Hilarious.
hilarious,
Hilarious. Mhm.
and most of the ones you would see here no or yes or whatever. So for entertainment side, I just said, well, let me post some of the ones that give a little bit more. And as you can see, women do not find it making sense to propose to a man. And as you can
But
see, they believe that if a man want you, you won't have to do that. And I do not agree with that. Don't
Okay.
agree with that. I
all
don't
right,
agree
or
with
no,
that. Uh, uh,
Mali,
uh,
no. The way we do things on this show, no, you can't just say things that you don't agree. And thing, no. What is your stance on? First things first. First things first. No, you don't have a problem with proposing to a woman if you were at that stage with the woman or
none.
anything like that. You have no problem with proposing to her. Okay. And you, as a man, how would you feel if a woman were to propose to you? If you were your girlfriend or whomever, significant other, got no one and said, Mali, I want to make an
Marry
honest
me.
man out of you. Yeah.
Well, obviously, you're going to be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One, you can be shocked. Because
Mm-hmm.
obviously, you ain't thinking that would ever happen in life. Although you don't mind it, you would
Yeah.
never believe that that would happen. But I believe that at that particular point, your relationship will have to be at a stage where things are going to be going real good for a woman to tell herself, well, listen, I proposing to this man.
Yeah.
So one of us gonna know. Obviously, by that time, you're all probably living to together. Anyhow, which I believe a man should live with a girl first before
Fat.
he decide to marry. Cause as my
Mm-hmm.
grandmother always said, "Come by and live by." The two totally
Two
Mm-hmm.
different
different
things.
things.
Yep.
Or you might go by she, or she come by you. And when the interaction is short, and she going back home. So a lot of the habits, the bad ones, you would not see until when actually living in the same space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually once we are in that space, I have no problem with my girl proposing to me. I ain't gonna feel shame, but on the other end, no, a man might feel pressured that a girl doing this because, as you can see, it is stated that this is a man's job.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yep.
everybody believes there's a man's job. So if a man wants to marry, he should propose to a girl. So obviously, now if your girl come and say, "Well, listen, I want to marry you," you can feel the extra strain. But if you say no, I want that the
Oh, that done.
relationship done, The
No, no,
relationship
done, done, done. No, no, no. You can forget about it. If you want,
forget
actually,
about
if you
that.
want done with she, if you want done with she, have her propose. I actually propose
And
that.
you
Yes,
said
this is my
no.
oh.
I said
Mm,
no. Because you
yeah.
know that a woman is not going to take no lightly
Mm,
there. But obviously, a man know if he proposes to a girl and she says no, she isn't ready yet, he's still expected to stay around until she is ready. True or
Right,
false?
right,
oh
right.
yes, sir. Oh
And she
yes,
might
sir.
not even be ready. She might not even be ready. Ever. So, it's a.
No,
I
no,
don't know, boy.
no. No, I love this conversation because, we've all dated women. I have dated women. We've talked about marriage and everything like that. And, women would tell you things like, shoot, you are proposed to me. I ain't never proposing to you. A matter of fact, one woman tell me, don't propose to me in public. Don't do that. Don't do that to
She can
yourself.
cheer you.
That's a
Do
risk.
not,
That
That
is
is
a
a
do
risk.
not,
risk.
do not, do not propose to her in public. I mean, this woman was like serious. And I was like, all
So
right,
straight.
cool.
All right. So so straight off, when a girl tell you that, what goes through your head as a man?
Well, at 20 or I was what 20, I was in my mid 20s, 25.
Uh,
Obviously, when she tell me that, I cannot process it or understand it. But
mm,
today, if a woman tell me she ain't proposing to that don't propose to she in public, all she telling me is that she
that
ain't about
she
this
ain't
trip.
married. That she ain't
She
marrying you.
She ain't
she
about
ain't
it.
marrying me.
She ain't about it.
So,
Mm.
Let me touch in the chat here a little bit before we get away.
uh,
Um, because we got some people in here that pretty bitter sometimes.
oh
Oh
See
Lord.
dear.
show see some shouting people. Kevin Seeley is saying, well, I know he gonna come with something later on, but let me keep moving. Stefan is saying vacuum sand is soft business. Clean up the ash by me. No, that is something. Right?
Clean up the ash, boy. Me.
Clean up the ash, yeah. Kevin, well, see what I tell you, I know Kevin Seeley, good. Equality no longer on the table for such things. Love him.
No.
Mm.
Kevin Seeley,
No, we can get there. Hold on, we can get there. We can
we
get
can
there.
get there.
Okay. All
We
We
right.
can
can
All
get
right.
get
there.
Good.
there.
All
Because
right. Good. 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 Good.
that on the notes.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Renee Taylor, she say all I would say is don't do it, right?
Oh,
Don't
Terencia
do
is in the
what?
house. Shout
don't
out.
what?
She
Oh,
didn't
wait.
say,
Hold on a minute. Yeah, right. Don't get married or don't propose.
but you know my stance on that.
Well, we know where you stand there. You ain't getting married for nothing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to hear what you know. I want to hear why.
Yeah. Well, I repeat. Let me go over it for you and
Uh,
whoever else may be joining us for the first time. Really, Senate podcast. Check us
uh,
out: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Um, it's just a bad deal,
a bad deal for a
for me,
man.
for me.
For a man. Okay.
And oddly enough, I saw a friend of mine. She had a status one time saying that a woman gets to she has to change her name and take out all these rules, etc., etc., etc. And she made it seem like if she was getting the raw end of the deal as a woman getting married.
Mm.
Conversely, when you look at the men's side of it, if it ends, it's essentially betting half of your stuff that you can stay together with this person for
It might
however
not
long.
even be half.
Yeah, depending
It
on how
might be
it would.
betting all.
Exactly. So it could turn out being a case where you lose the custody of your children, you lose your
You lose
house,
your house,
you end up in financial ruin, because you
which
went and
ruins the males.
yeah.
No,
Uh,
because I agree with you on that point, because at the end of the day, and it's even worse if you have kids. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you gonna have to walk away from a whole house that you build yourself. There are lots of times where men build houses themselves.
uh,
The women move in when they marry or when they don't even marry, just that she there
long enough.
long enough. And I know a lot of men that had to walk away from a whole house, and the law don't care, the judge don't care where you gonna have live.
Yeah, they
No,
don't.
no, no. They can't nothing about that. They can't nothing about
You
you.
can live you could go on the streets and sleep at the bus stop, but the woman get in that house. That ain't even got a sink more, So you gotta go boat place and beg boat no for somebody to take you to take in, and
Mm.
No use a
but
burden to somebody else.
now it's a burden to somebody else, and I brought myself building a house that I can't be in. That is why half of the men out there, would say they would burn it, burn it down.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
Yeah, because
yes.
they so hurtful that you would build a house, have to move over it and drive past and see you ex-wife man park out there.
All
Yeah.
right, then, and the man ain't even
Man in
cutting
there
the
free.
lawn.
Man
He
in
ain't
there
even
free.
cutting the lawn.
And do nothing.
He ain't even washing
I'll
the windows.
share a story with you guys, right?
Mhm.
There's an ex-colleague of mine. He retired now and everything. And I remember when I started talking to my daughter's mother. His mother, he was living in the apartment next door, right next door. So yeah, man, everything cool. But I remember a couple years ago, you to live across the street. He could literally look through his back window and
Mm.
see where he used to live. But he
Lord,
lost
pain.
his pain, but he lost his house in a divorce. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and that wasn't the first time that he went through something like that. You know, he had another situation with another woman where he used to have to drive past where she was working. She had a man, and he gonna see that every day. You know what I mean? So these
But
kind of things.
he probably chose to see it too. Because, we as men, although we know it can hurt, still want to see
We
it.
won't see
And
it.
then you
So,
can go and eat and eat and glass. When you see it more than once. I
yeah,
want to see it. I don't want to see it.
yeah.
Galone, let she galone. Let she
Let's chill
galone.
out. Let's chill out. So Philip Burks, good night, Philip. Philip is saying a
Good night,
respectable
Philip. Good
man.
night, Philip.
Tall to hail Mali. So
Yeah, we're
hail
going
Mali.
on, man. We're going on,
Uh,
Philip.
Jennifer is saying with live with first because you may love someone but not compatible. Yeah. Cheryl, she is saying that she's in the house. Welcome, Cheryl.
Good night, Tanty.
So
Hey.
Kevin asked a question. So when a woman decide no living with unless you marry me, then what? Right?
Then we have an issue.
To which Terencia says she confused. Next thing, he and the pig is close friends. No, I living with you just in case we cannot coexist in the same space. Yeah, because
Correct.
consumer
Can't live.
and consumer is
Can't live. It's two
two
different things.
different things. Yeah. Um, Naka says that's not always the case now, though. Women getting all the preference. Natalia showed up. She's in the house, the president of the 237 ladies. Jennifer, if it was a man, I would burn it down too.
Shoot, they got some women that will burn it down too. You see it?
Yep. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
go
they got some women that if they
go
lost the
jail.
house and them put in the work and the money and all sorts of things,
Correct. It burned out.
she, yep,
You would not live in a peace at all. That
Yeah.
woman would torment
yep,
you life.
every day.
Yeah, Terencia asked the question, how do I know the person you are if we do not live together? Right?
Facts,
Correct.
facts.
Nobody ain't trying to work out that stuff on the fly these
Nah,
days.
After you
Nah.
say, okay, you going to spend all the money to get married, then to first move into a house that you all just bought for the first time living in the same space. Then you realize that the woman does toast bread the way that you don't like it. She's butter one side and you like both sides do. And you
Yeah.
have an issue there. You see what I mean? The
And
little
then
thing,
it
that
you
deal
got
comes.
breaker
some
for you.
little thing, you got some little things that does drive you
Yep.
up a wall, you know.
Yep.
Yep,
Little
yep,
small things
facts,
that they
facts.
might think when you get vexed over not
Over the
crap.
say.
But this is nonsense. But to you, this is a huge.
The
And
deal
I can't
breaker.
tell you what is huge, and I can't tell if this is huge because
Correct.
it might not be huge for you,
For you. Yeah.
but huge
Yep.
Facts.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
they gotta give it here. So that's why I say, you should live with somebody first and then see how things go from there. Because then if you live with somebody and then the worst thing that you can do is to go home. Like you just want to be out the whole night. You would drink with the man, and the man say, "All
Boy,
right, it's time to go home, man." And you can be like, "My child,
One more.
one more wrong, one more wrong.
Yep.
more wrong, man." Cause when you go home, you have lines at your door. So let me
Yeah.
things that you want. Let me things that you want. Let me things you want.
Nah,
So
And
nah.
we all know at least one man that is married or in one of them committed long-term relationships, and he's the last man to left the line. Never want to go home. I
never
that's
want to go home. I used to be one, and you used to be one same
he
way,
gonna
but
go
you ain't got to wait for him. Yeah,
home.
but
You know, you know.
that man ain't
He
want
always
to see
got
it.
one more. He ain't want to say LA.
Yeah,
He
that
don't
guy.
want to go on face music. Yep.
You know that guy won't go home at all. Yeah.
Right.
Stefan says, I don't cut the lawn. Guess my wife getting an upgrade. Uh, Silly. It said, trust me, I get you. But if not for this program, some women would never more know the bull some men have to deal with. Yeah. That's why we here.
or, or
We trying
how
to let
men
our
think.
side be shown. Yeah.
Yeah.
We trying to get
Oh
our
man, thing.
position out
On
there.
that though, right? On that though, there's this saying that a happy wife, happy life is a
Is a
happy
happy
wife.
way.
There are lots of men that sacrifice their happiness just not to hear their wife mope.
Listen, listen.
No,
Listen, you
seriously.
sure you ain't for the red? No, you sure you ain't for the red pill life because
It
we
seems
talked about
so.
this here before. But no, you go ahead. You go ahead, man.
No,
So,
seriously, they got men that would be like, or you know what? If we do this or don't do this, I can hear she mope. I ain't want to do this, but I rather not do it and not hear she mope than to things. So I can keep here and keep in my space and keep quiet. I will find some kind of solace and keep not doing what I really want. But I just ain't want to hear she mope.
yeah.
And there are a lot of men out there that do that. Not saying that I am one, but I'm just saying people
But
just want to try to live in peace.
but here's the follow up to that, right? Here's the follow up to
Mm.
that because as my man there, there's always say a tampon, what a tampon jug can't hold 12 pounds. So at some point you
Can't
gonna
hold
burst.
12
hold the
pounds.
gallon.
Right. So at some point, no, you keep taking and sacrificing. But one day, no, it really gets
Gonna
you and you
build up.
burst. She can be like, wait, you never said nothing, but this is a problem. No, what's the problem? What you getting also? What's it?
And she
Trust
knows
and
from the
believe.
beginning. And she knows from the beginning it is an issue, so she can only say that. But because of the fact that you accepted it and it's saying nothing, she ain't gonna say, "All right, I ain't gonna do it." She gonna continue to do it because you are allowing it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So Mali, tell us, what is it like, or was it like? I am not making any assumptions of your dating status. What is, or was it like for you on the local dating scene?
um,
Oh Lord, no.
I will go to so was because I have a girl now,
Right.
Okay, very good,
so
very good.
I can't say how it is now because I'm not on that scene now.
right.
But how it was, to be quite honest, there was a good couple of years that I just wasn't about no committed relationship. Like I
Right.
found I was happier just waking up and doing what I want. Like I could get up at 2 and say, "Well, hey, I'm home bored. Let me left home and go and find." Well, you can't do it now because we don't have
Yeah.
much and do it now. But I mean
Right,
that
right.
is when before COVID thing. So I
Right.
would just get out and do whatever you want. Like at any point of the day, any night, I would say, "Well, hey, I bored. I going here."
Yeah.
And I go say, "Well, hey, hun, I going online with the man." You know how they don't want to hear that.
Oh no, no,
I going
no, no, I don't
online
wanna hear
with
that.
the man, and for you to feel I don't know, you feel the way you feel bad, you gotta be like, geez, if I tell she ain't going in that line, now she gonna be, oh, you everything is the man. I mean, come on, man.
Why you don't sleep at them too?
Man wanna be happy too. There's nothing wrong for my going out with his friends and having a drink, cause I ain't they have to come up home to you anyhow.
Uh-huh.
But the dating scene, I would say it wasn't bad. I mean, women, you will break hearts. You will break hearts, and somebody might break yours. But you see,
That's part
the
again.
people hearts that you break, let me care about who break yours. Them stick on the fact, but you broke
Yeah.
my heart. And what I find girls does do, I mean, I ain't gonna hold licks there, but
Yeah, don't mind that. We dead legs every day.
you would tell a girl, you would tell a girlfriend at the beginning, well, listen, I ain't about nothing,
Oh
but we can have,
dear.
but
Oh
we can have
dear.
have fun.
Yeah.
We can have fun. But obviously, when they're doing things and going out on a regular basis, and that is who you're doing most of the stuff with. So she thinking, oh well, listen, well clearly we doing things on a different different scale. And then at the end of the day, she was not the one. Let me say, you ain't choose her, or
Right.
you touch it. Well, I told you from the beginning I really want, and that. But no, you are a dog because it's as though you led her on, but
Right.
actually,
Right.
I tell you from the beginning that I ain't want nothing. But
Right.
then, if you don't say that and you do the same thing, you's a dog. Cause you ain't tell them from the beginning that you ain't want
Well,
name.
yeah, touch
So
burn jump.
damn
Yep.
if you do, than
Damn if
you
you
are
don't.
doing. So karma will hit all of us at some point. But Tennessee wasn't bad, but there are women out there that they believe that they have, or they say, well, you know what, I is what it can be. But
Oh
it might be
boy.
this, but there
Oh.
might be this one little thing that you got or don't have that somebody else got. That tip this scale. I met a man go so. Just be these little things, women
Uh-huh.
doesn't do it. To use a man that you don't drive, you use a bar or car, but she meet a man that got his own car or his own what or his own what
Yeah.
ever.
Ever.
So it is more convenient now that, hey, I come in and collect you be going here, or I could
Yeah.
borrow his car and go here. So that is something that is convenient, and that will make you lose the battle if you use a man that ain't got a car or you ain't got this or have and that. And that the woman think that you is a bad person. There's
Uh-huh.
certain things in life that is the scale, and
Right,
you
right,
as a
right.
man supposed to accept that and say, well, hey, I lost this fight. Me and she could be at friends still, cause they think that we should be at friends still.
Yeah, yeah.
But you as a man know you don't want that woman they want hear you no more. You hurt me and this and that.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord have mercy. Fellas, if you take that Mali preacher in here tonight, just drop some ones in the chat there.
you
So
hurt me. You hurt
yeah,
me.
Reverend,
You know what I mean?
Reverend Fresh.
I get hurt
Reverend
too. I
Fresh.
get hurt too.
Of course, everybody get one.
I
At
do
No,
least
get
I
one of
hurt.
them.
got.
You know how much women I had, I like, I want, and I never had them. Because then they want me. They not
Yeah,
want me. Straight up saying
that's
that is the fact. The fact of the matter is they not want you.
yeah, and to find somebody else for that
And find
has,
somebody else. And then you
And you
go
as you
and
got
said,
say,
that
well,
little
still.
thing
what is
that
my
tips the
my God?
scale. Exactly.
Exactly. I'm not gonna say that tip the scale. You ain't gonna know what it is. You'll be idiot to go and ask. So really truly, you really don't
Got
you
to know.
really ain't want to know. But some men out there would ask. Anyhow,
Ladies and
yeah.
gents, what Mali just described, for those of you who do not recall, we call that hypergamy, where the lady tried to consolidate on the best possible option available to her. So as he
Mm.
put it in its rawest basic form, you got a man that like riding bicycle, she find a man with a car, she rode with a man with a car because it worked out a little better for her. Um, so yes, have you found that the guys in your friend circle have been through
Mm.
similar experiences, Mali?
Yeah, I believe all men went through similar things. Because you may think you are the only one that's going through the certain particular things, and then I mean you have friends, yes, but y'all don't talk deep every day.
Right.
So you ain't gonna know everything that this person is going through. But there's this one night that the man and the man getting drinks. And somebody might say, well, you believe that you ain't and do this and do that. You boys believe it. Yeah, well you ain't and they do the same thing and that happened too. The man's like, yeah, well I can't believe this here. Then you realize that everybody in there probably went through the same thing
Yeah,
at some point, and you'll be like, whoa, it isn't only me. I am
it,
not the only one.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
No.
It's funny, right, Mali?
Uh,
Because that's essentially how we came about doing this program. Because
uh,
we are two of a set of guys, and we are two of the older guys in the group, and
mm,
the age ranges went all the way into the 20s, and we found that
uh,
we all experienced the same things, even though we span 20 years. You know what I mean?
right. Mm,
So we realized, hey, we all got similar experiences. I mean, the face is changing, but we all going through the same thing. So we felt it was kind of important to share what it is we go through. And since we started doing this, we find that other fellas come in and join in and say the same thing. People
the
that we don't
same
know
thing.
say the
Yeah.
same thing. Um,
Yeah.
so I just want to let me kind of plug in here and propel the conversation a little bit more, because a
Uh,
lot of the ladies said that they're not proposing, they're not doing it.
right.
Um, where you were talking earlier, and you talked about the situation where you get into something with somebody and you say up front, hey, this is what it is.
Mm,
We ain't looking for nothing past this point. Now, ladies who want men to kind of read body language and take hints and stuff like that, right?
mm,
They they say that we don't communicate well and stuff like that, but they still want us to be able to read those
Read
signs,
body
right?
language. Mm.
And I
Used to
put it
know.
to this is why I think ladies should be
Propose
willing
and
to
propose.
propose, even if it is a case that you are proposing for a long-term relationship.
Mm.
You may not be going as far as to say a marriage, but you should say, hey, can we go to this place with the relationship? Because shoot, if you just gain at your sex, ladies, a man gonna take it, right? Especially if you're again if there's no strings attached, right?
All right.
If a fella can just come in, hit it and roll, he can do that, right? So until you have asked for something very specific in the relationship, a man can just go along with where it is, especially if he put his cards on the table and say, look, this is what he bought.
Is the honey got to
This
play?
is my high here. You know what I
That
mean?
it's funny that you should say that, right? I remember there was this girl. I like this girl bad. So, we finally get to talk. I used to see friends, my friends around. She said, listen, B, I like this girl,
Yeah.
you know? So I says, set up and saying, no problem. And we finally talked with the girl and thing. And the girl tell me straight, well, sorry, you can tell that she has been hurt. Like the woman to me was just against men. The woman tell me, all right, cool, we could go. But if I even catch a hint that you catching feelings,
Feelings.
she gone.
Yeah.
I said, all right, cool. You know what I mean. I mean, I was fresh out of some thing and two, so that worked out
Look for
for
you.
me too.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that I wouldn't have wanted her, but she made it plain and straight.
Yeah.
She didn't want
Yep.
nothing. Bam. If she
So
even
you can
catch
work
a
with that.
hint, I could have worked with that day because I did like she. So I said, cool. So we going on for a while. Obviously, no, your hard times ready. Woman said, oh, don't forget, and certain
Yeah.
things she is seeing. So she drill it in me. This what it is. So
Nothing else.
I have programmed myself. This is what it is. I ain't looking for nothing else. I could do what I want.
Right.
Right.
At the end of the day, no, the woman come no asking about a relationship. And I was like, huh? I was
Th-
like, but
this is
you
not
make
the
it
original
very
deal.
clear. You make it very clear to me that if I even think about it,
You out. She
you
out.
gone, you out. So in my brain, I didn't about nothing. So you see, even though I want her in the beginning,
Right.
for some reason when she brought it up, I didn't think anymore. I said she well, I don't think that's a good idea. And obviously no the friendship that no. Cause
Because you hurt
she
her.
want
Because you
she ain't
hurt
get
her. You broke her heart. No.
I hurt her and brought her heart. She ain't get what she wanted. But I was the
At
player
the
by
time she
her
wanted
rules.
it.
And I was the player by her rules till she ready to change the rules. So
Right.
when
Right.
she changed the rules, I should have been ready to say, well, yay, let me jump on this carrot because you said so.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot unfairty in it, but the men don't talk, so the men can ever
Exactly.
be heard. But every minute you can hear you hurt me.
Yep.
Anyhow.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. Wait, hold on. No, hold on a
Uh,
minute. No, I got,
uh,
I got a big question, right?
uh,
And I we dipsy doodling all around it, but you speak, and we all know that there are traditional things. And I'm sorry when you brought up your question about would women propose to
uh,
their man. I
uh.
am sorry you didn't ask why. Why wouldn't they propose?
I meant to
Because at
ask
the
that afterwards.
right,
Go
but
ahead.
right. So some women have told me, shoot, don't propose to me. I traditional, I old school, whatever, whatever, whatever. And then some women are shy. Some women don't feel confident. Women feel they're afraid of rejection or whatever. But regardless, for those people, there are a lot of people that believe in traditional roles, and I feel as though some women believe in traditional roles when it's convenient for them, right?
Dun,
Uh,
dun,
Because
dun.
because we had several shows before where women would say things like a relationship is a partnership. There's no
mm,
submission, there's no leadership, there's no nothing. But
mm,
in my opinion, and I don't know how the guys feel about this, but if a woman if a woman is waiting for a man to propose to her, right,
Uh-huh.
and she's willing to essentially agree to that, right? But isn't it something where that is going contrary to what they want in terms of the traditional roles and everything like that? Because as they're concerned, they're as, as far as as far as they're concerned, everything is on an equal playing field. Everything is a partnership. Everything is supposed to be equally yoked. So I am supposed to be the leader of the household. You are supposed to be leader of the household, but I gotta propose to
Equal.
you. Like, yeah. So discuss, fellas, for
Equality.
20 marks.
Well, equality. I mentioned that also after the whole poll, and my man here message me and tell me that is where I am misled,
Mistake.
that they're
Yeah.
not fighting for it. So it's very interesting that you said that, because he come and tell me the same thing, that I am misled, that the women are not fighting for that. So now that he's here, tell me, what are they fighting for then?
Oh boy, you
Listen,
want to get me into
hold on a minute,
you
hold
want
on a
to get
minute,
me
hold
into
up,
another show.
time out, fellas, time out, fellas. I see Karen here in all caps with full stop saying every woman is not the same. I did preface my statement by saying some women.
Yes, you
So
did.
let's not get into that semantic thing again.
Because you know
Every
what,
woman
all
is
men is
different.
dogs. You know what, men is dogs, and they don't say some
Right,
men.
right. So we're not going into semantics. The
It's true.
point remains, Mali is so right. The point remains, the truth of the matter, is that there are some women out there that would tell you ding dong, ain't that about no man being the leader of me. You want a child, his partner is the submission, whatever, but they gotta wait for a man to propose to them. Because to me, if you're keeping that same energy of being independent and you're being in a partnership, then it don't matter who proposed, right? So then if you feel it as a woman, you feel that you need to propose, there's nothing wrong with you proposing, right? So I'm just trying to figure out, and I know all women are not the same, Carrie. I am just trying to figure out how some women, because there are some women out there that believe that there's a partnership, equally yours, but still waiting on a man to propose to them. They got their own house, they got their own money, they got their own everything. Them is a diva, a bad bitch, a queen bee.
A
But
bad
they're
bitch.
waiting on a man. They still believe that a man is supposed to propose to them. As a matter of fact, a woman proposing to a man is not even a thought. So
And then if the man does not do it, then vex, you know.
Oh man. We preaching here
so
tonight. Let me
So
get in the
you
chat a
waiting
little
on
bit.
a man, you waiting on a man to do that, and if he doesn't, you vex, because you believe that one of us in this long enough that he
yeah.
should propose to you, but the fact that he does not do it makes you believe, and not just you, your friends again, your hand too, makes you believe that if the man ain't do it yet, he don't want you.
No,
What
Mali,
uh,
you preaching here no, you preaching here no, because watch it now, right? And this speaks to the pressure that men have. Shoot, you're gonna
yeah,
tell me don't speak in absolutes. Some men feel this pressure. Yeah,
all right.
there are men have to know you have to communicate with a woman when she's ready for marriage. You gotta hope that she is receptive to that conversation.
Mm.
Then you have to find the appropriate time to propose to her. And then you have to hope that in that moment, in that timing, that she's on the same page. You can't do it in public. You can't make a big fuss. You might go and get a certain size ring. You might not. You might go and do it over dinner. You might go and do it with your friends. And then you still got to deal with her friends getting her here, as you said, Molly, pressuring the situation and egging her on and say, wait, he don't want to put a ring on it. You hear Beyonce, if you
Yeah,
like it,
put
you
the
should
ring
put
on.
a ring on it, right?
Very
So
foolish.
we as some men feel the pressure of something as something as simple as marriage, as proposing marriage. That has become a whole machination, a whole machine that we now don't know when and where and how. Because if we talk about it today, that's the thing, we talk about it today. Girl, babe, you'll get married. Yeah, we'll marry you one day. We just gotta get we finances up and this and that, the next, the 30, 40, the 50, 6. But then some time goes on now, and the friends in the air, money ain't up, friends in the air. But like he ain't really want it. He ain't about it.
Bear in
So
mind,
now
her
she
friends
come,
are single. Anyway,
eh, eh,
go on.
right? But that's the thing. The thing is right. The thing is right. this show is to highlight the pressures of men. And when we put stuff like this out in public where women are vehemently saying they are not proposing to a man, shoot, they would eat melted glass first and chew jeans and all sorts of funny vacuum up the sand, right? They would rather do that than propose to a man. So no, it is on a man. His role is to propose. But then if his role is to propose, he doesn't have a role after that. Isn't he supposed to be a provider? And if there's a leader, if he's supposed to lead in proposing, then it would beg to question that you're supposed to lead in certain aspects of the relationship too. And if there's a leader, you have to have a follower. You can't have two leaders.
Right.
Right? I'm making sense.
But heads, you got always butt heads.
Exactly. You got a two-man race, so you can't got two leaders. Right?
Winners.
So
Right.
so the reason why we are bringing this up here, the reason why we brought Mali and we thought that this was a talking point is because some women want traditional relationship roles, but then these same women do not want to submit, which is a traditional role. And I'm not talking about the toxic ones with the men that come home and say, I want some sex now, girl, bend over, or my macaroni cooked now, I'm hungry. No, we're not talking about right. We ain't talking about them. But same way we say things like a man is the protector, provider. He is, he is the action man. He's the brawn, and women are the nurturers. And women are the ones that are more willing to be take care of the household and the domestication and everything like that. We get flame. We get tell.
Easy worse.
So I want to hear from people in the chat about that. Women out there that would not want a man to propose to them. If you don't want a man to propose, if you would not propose to a man and you want a man to propose to you, that means you believe and you are old school and believe in that tradition, then do you have a problem with submission? Do you have a problem with having a man that leads?
Let me get in the chat a little bit, guys. Because I see we picking up here. I missed a couple comments even. Brian Lashley, welcome, my brother. He said good night to the Senate family. Karen is saying hypergamy made sense though. I know for sure I ain't ever doing the struggle love ever again. You know how your heart does hurt you when a bright ninja pet horns at you. Especially one that you was really about a man sacrifices for. This is why I told you ladies a couple weeks ago, do not take on any fixer-uppers. Do not take on any projects. Get a man that already, because really and truly, and there's a school of thought, women do not build, they move in. Right? They make the things coming up, building with a man, then for saying like this to happen. Right? So, and this is why I encourage you fellas here, get yourself right. Right? Make sure that you put yourself in good physical space, you work out, you keep yourself fit, that kind of thing. Get your money right, take a class, whatever. Be the best version of you as a man, so that when the women step to you, and you got both eyes on you, as opposed to stepping to you as one eye looking someplace else. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, a woman that has money rarely will have a man that does not make it.
Jeez, so yo, man. You just listen to Red Pill. Go ahead.
A man would take a girl that ain't got nothing, and he would budget things and do whatever.
Okay, Neil, this man's what we sure.
But does the thing the man say he don't watch the show here in the Red Pill, man?
I don't watch it.
But you know what that shows?
No.
You know what it shows us, normally? It shows us that as much as, because a lot of women are saying, and men, even men too, are saying, this Red Pill life, tarnishing the men, tainting the men, putting all these warp to his days in these men head, the manosphere, frigging up men and stuff like that. But it shows exactly. So the point is, you are a man that are, as far as we're concerned, you are a virgin to the Red Pill life and the manosphere. And you are speaking things that we have spoken about before and that we have heard before in that space. So it tells us that men ain't gonna wait to hear nothing to know these things. This is how we feel.
Yep.
This is what we think.
Say it. But
we just don't say it.
For peace.
We just say again.
And it depends on how you spell peace, right?
Yeah. Please spell it right. The whole submission thing that he mentioned, right? It's funny enough. I heard a lady. I watched a video. A lady. There's a lady that said this, right? This is not me. So then when it come for me. A woman said that women out there asking men to be their man, but they are not willing to do what it takes. In that when you ask a man to be committed to you, you're taking on the role of being whatever this man want, that he would not
Jeez.
stray. That he would not stray. So in the event that you lacking in some way and a man asks you, man, you know, BS, we could do this and that, and you tell me, oh, no, never. And he made a point that he was mostly finding black girls, black women, but I ain't gonna get into the whole racial
Don't get,
thing, though.
yeah, don't get into that.
I
Yeah.
just saying,
We can get
I just
there,
saying
but
what the woman said. I just saying what the lady said.
mm-hmm.
They just don't want to do certain things. So then that is where you find the man going, looking for it some players else. So if you are ready to be that person, don't ask the man to be yours. Now, I don't know how you all think about that. It was an interesting talk, though.
Hold
Interesting
on a minute,
talk.
Mali. Mali, what we think about it? It's
Uh-huh.
my there every episode there to say man got options. Every time there is a saw, at least one person in the chat just take a little offense stick. They say women don't have women got options too, and we
They actually
justifying
do,
bad
but it's
behavior and
true.
that kind of thing. We
But it's true.
justifying
Women do
bad
have
behavior.
options. We all do. We all have options.
Yeah.
But we all have options. But it's
We
like
have
when you say
options.
a man has options, when you say
Uh,
these things, it's like you have to chime in. But women have options too, and it's a competition now. And then
uh,
when you say things and the
My counter to that,
justification of
Neil, my counter
uh
to that always is I understand men have options and women have options as well. But I am certain if Mali wanted to get married this weekend, he could, right? If he wanted to.
uh,
Men control access to relationships, women control access to sex. So, women, if you want to get married this weekend, you will go and ask somebody and hope that they are ready for you to do that.
I hope that you work out in the end.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure they got some women out there that Mali would have been with before. That was if Mali had to know, they would still say, "Yeah, let me go along
Yeah,
this weekend."
yeah, yeah.
You know
this
what I mean?
weekend.
This weekend. A lot of women don't have those options, right? So it's one thing to have options for sex, is another thing to have options for relationships. And I think um, we kind of get confused with the two, and that's where we get a lot of pushback when we say men got options and women come back. Yeah, we got options too. Yeah, you got options too. But are those options there at 237?
The quality of options,
The
and not
quality
only
of
that too.
options.
And then on top of that too, you're getting into this talk about options and stuff like that, right? The simple fact is that men have the options we have, and men think the way they think, and some women, not saying all, some women believe that they also too have like could get married this weekend because women believe that they control access to sex, they control access to relationships, they should control access to money in the relationship, they should control access to everything. But then there's some women, and then they
All of
still
it.
want to come back, right? And then there's one come and say that it's a partnership. No, the thing about it is that I have no problem in entertaining the thought of there being an equal partnership in a relationship, however concept that will work. I have no problem in being open-minded and listening to that thought, right? But at the end of the day, if we are both partners, we both got to be controlling things, though. Meaning that if we are both partners, I should be able to tell you, yeah, is that I mean I want some loving.
Hmm.
I should be able to say, yeah, I
Might
want to
not
do
be
X,
a
Y, Z.
chore.
Exactly. The same way as a partnership, then women can be telling. I'm just saying that we have to understand we do have roles, whether we like to believe it or not. Granted, it may not be what our parents and grandparents did, but we do have roles. Why? Because men and women are different. We have different energies. I am not saying that a man is to go and cut the wood and do the lawn and bring home meat. I am saying a woman is to stay home and cook and clean and do whatever. But I am saying that roles and leadership has to come in. You have to lead in some facet of the relationship. So if you control sex, cool. I got to
I
control
control the
something
money.
else.
I
You
control the
understand?
money.
We got to talk it out. And we got to understand that if you're if we and Derek say this all the time too about the unsexy conversations, right? No boy, don't everybody's getting the how you look good naked and what you do in the bedroom and this and that next, right? But we don't get the unsexy conversations early on and say, all right, here too, right? I fully admit that you control sex. We understand women go through a lot of things hormonally and body wise, physically, everything like that, right? No problem. You control the access to sex. That is your department. Sex is your
But
department. You are the manager of that. So
uh-huh.
if you're the manager of that, then I am going to be the manager of paying the bills.
But at the end of the day, too, there's still some girls that believe that is all they need to bring to the table.
Oh my
Oh
God.
Sex.
dear.
Oh,
Dear.
Mali,
Dear.
Mali, 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 ma. You're
Oh
peeping at
dear.
the cheap, man. You cheap. You,
There's
listen, listen,
some that believe that that is all they need to bring. Are you bringing this?
listen.
So everything else is at you. No, you will eat
Hold on a
grass.
minute. Man, as we've gotten older, right? I'm letting you know now, ladies. Those who believe that all they have to bring to the table is sex,
You're gonna eat grass.
men, men of a certain
Not the
caliber,
cap.
men of a certain caliber, these men that we're talking about that have the options,
Will
have
use you for
seen
sex.
and experienced that sex already. So,
You're gonna bring in nothing new. You're bringing
Long
nothing.
or
You're bringing
short.
nothing,
because
nothing new.
because
Long and
what,
short,
right?
you're bringing
What, right?
nothing new.
Because if you because if you bring in sex, are you saying, well, I am a catch, I am it, I am all that I need to bring? We see the memes, we see the quotes. If that is what you bring and that is all we need, then you can dictate the
Nothing.
money. You can dictate. So you are submitting to a man, essentially. Because if all you bring, if you could just stand up there and look pretty, if you could stand up there and look, if you could stand up there and look pretty, right? I say, well, shoot, I just got to show up. I ain't got to cook, nothing, clean, nothing, 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 nothing. Right? So then so at some point,
Well,
the man got
but
control something.
you know that is what most a lot of men want too. You know, they just want some boy that they could carry out and stand it there and look good. Like
Well,
that
you know,
mean no, I can be real. If we can be on both sides, there are men out there that just want some boy that look good.
right.
She ain't got to be
So,
as smart. She ain't
Yeah.
got to be smart.
true.
She just gotta pass them. And when they succumb, come.
Come.
And they can bullshit things and do and that is work for some men. For some men, he's an idiot. So you making it bad no for the next man, cause the next man know he gotta do these things. But that
Exactly.
was she used to. That was she
You
used
set the
to.
standard.
You set that standard. So when she butt up on the man know that as you said, we have been through these things already. And she butt up on this man that looking for more. And all she bringing is that she ain't trouble. Only man gonna left she. He can text
But
him, but he gonna
Yeah.
left she.
but hold on a minute. I glad you bring up that thing about a standard, right? And I know Derek won't get any comments real bad. But you see how you say a standard. Woman was with a man, the man buy everything, do everything, do everything, do everything. Two of them done.
uh,
So the
uh,
next man that come along, God do the same thing.
yeah.
Meaning that she is thinking that all men have to treat me like this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
you so ladies, do you understand now why some when I just do, sometimes I go down the generalization because that's the thinking. The thinking is sometimes some women think that all men should do this, and that's why some men, they say all women just do that because it's a mentality. They got women out there that believe that a man shoot.
Buy
You
everything.
got you got to buy me a Gucci bag. You got some women that say, shoot, if we going out to dinner, whether I tell you to go or you tell me to go, I ain't walking with my purse, or rather I
Yo, I
walk with
was
my
not
purse with
going
the
to say
money in
so.
it.
I was not going to say so. You got to leave that purse home though. We talking about
Yeah,
the purse home. The
yeah.
purse home. And they don't think that men just stay notes of these things, you know. But certain men just take notes of these things, man. If I see that happening too much for somebody that I just meet, that's an issue, you know.
Yeah, that's a big issue for me, boy.
Okay, my girl Cross got a comment here. Cross is saying, if you feel it's time to get married and he hasn't proposed, so now you're convinced he doesn't want you and you're vexed. If you insist a man must propose and are adamantly unwilling to do so as a woman because of tradition, but have
Mm.
issues with other traditional roles in the relationship. If either of you want marriage, but you haven't discussed the reality of marriage, not a wedding, and what it
Uh,
takes to make it work, well, are you even ready for marriage though?
My
Yo,
question to a
I,
woman, my question to her or to women are, why do you want to get married? Firstly, ask yourself this: why do you want to marry? Because
Everybody should ask themselves that.
why you want to marry? Because
well,
everybody is married for different
different
Reasons.
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 You know,
Hmm.
some
Hmm.
people is married for estate. Some people is married for love. Back in the days, the 18 whatever, you ain't had no choice over who you marry. You is
Yeah,
my
well,
daughter. You is my son. You gonna marry this man so we could bring the countries together and for
well.
money and for power and wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So when marriage first started, that is what marriage was a foreigner. And then you
Uh-huh.
gotta learn to love he. Even if you love the man that is clean, the horses,
You gotta
you
love
ain't
this man
marry.
first.
He you know you gotta love this man because this is who you gonna marry.
Not only
Then there
that,
Yep.
those
that's a guy with the resources.
that's about the resources. So you're
Yeah.
marrying a man that is clean a horse where he ain't got nothing to give you, nothing. So so then there are also those that marry for love, which is fine. That is what you should do. Cause if you love marriages may last may last longer. Then there are those that I find that sometimes marriage even changes the demographic of the relationship. You may be real cool until you are marrying or
Yeah.
then things has
Yep.
changed.
That's happen
Half the things that you
all
just do,
the
you
time.
can't do this no more, you can't do that no more. I said, but this was working before
Hmm.
we married. We were happy before, which is why I said let me marry because whatever we was doing was working. So now
Hmm.
that I said let me marry, things change. Why?
Hold on a minute. I would add to you and say you should marry for consolidation of wealth and
Uh
lives, as
uh
well as for stability in your life. In all the leads, my mother is called them all the leads: financially, emotionally,
all the leads,
sexually, physically, all the leads,
everything.
right?
Right.
You love is fine, and the love should bring you the commitment to say, I want to do this with this person. That's
Correct.
where the love part comes in. But marriage should be you merging resources as well
Mm-hmm.
as as well as stability in key areas in life that you want. Cause man, honestly, right? Yes, they got men out there that's running around, got 5 and 6 different women and thing, but a man ain't want that life really, you know. If the man could find that one woman that ain't gonna give him no stress, he can move through life with, he can not have no arguments, not be nagged, actually feel as though he's listened to and appreciated, get a little peace spend every now and then with the woman, and keep it moving. A man would take that 9 out of 10 times than 5 different women.
But you know
Facts.
that women don't want to take responsibility for the fact that they
Oh
create most of the men that got 5 and 6 men and
dear.
girls
Oh dear. Oh
because
dear.
there's got this man that find love and they find love in the first and the woman is forgive and from there my man said, you know what? I give him everything that I find out. I done with this here. Let me get take responsibility for that. You created that, you know.
Boy, listen to me, right?
The man
Mali,
is falling with
Mali,
face.
You
Mali,
created
we,
that.
Derek and myself, we are both men that would have said this in various places, right?
Uh-huh.
Not saying it is an exclusive thing,
Not
because they
saying that
got
it's
some men out.
not saying that it's an excuse to do it, but
Exactly.
reality is the same way that man just hurt you. That when it's come and talk about, oh, he hurt me, and you do this and all that. You hurt me too, and I go in and they beating the brakes of everything.
No. The bag with the sound effects. Let Mali talk. But that's the truth. The truth is, in some situations out there, the women are responsible for alienating the man, whether it be in the bedroom, whether it be in the house, wherever, alienates the man, and the man feel, well, shoot, this woman ain't listening to me, this woman ain't checking for me, this woman shows at me every time I come home, the woman ain't give me the sex. And he goes up there and somebody's willing to do that. As Mali said, it is not an excuse, and we're not saying that it is right. But what Mali is saying is the accountability in some of these situations that women have to shoulder as well. This is not an exclusive thing that I might just get up and decide to go on horn. In some situations, the woman is just as culpable. And you have to have that conversation. So if a woman do something, and again, your man could come and say, shoot, baby, want to talk. And the thing is, some men do that. So it's not a holistic thing, but we find that in some situations, the women are accountable in some of those situations.
Yeah, they are. I bet you if you ask half the women on this show or any other show, which is probably going to be my next poll. If they were married the man that they're with now, they can say no.
Oh dear.
Women
Oh
in the chat,
dear.
women in the chat who are not married with a man, would you marry the
Don't
man
answer
you're with?
that either. Every man in this chat, don't
It
answer.
is. Don't answer. Don't answer.
Don't
Don't
answer.
answer.
Or
Don't answer.
up to
We're
last
breaking
night,
up the relationships here.
after that whole poll, a woman mess me tell she go and marry the man. You and ready? Woman tell me she don't want to marry he. And
Listen,
that is not
Okay,
the first thing. And that is
so
not the
here's it.
first time that I have asked a girl that, and she says she don't want to marry the man that she is with now. So what you there?
That is the question. Why are you there? I saw
now,
somebody
Mali,
mention placeholders earlier. I think it was Karen. But she said it from the men's point of view that men got placeholders for years with no intention of marrying them. Why,
Right.
ladies, are you with these men if it is that you don't intend to look down the road into long-term relationship, commitment, marriage?
I believe that
Cecilia
men
is
don't
saying to
want to
kill time.
marry women. Yeah, I believe men don't really want to marry women because of, as Darian said, we get a bad deal. Like, I don't want to go through the fact, okay, really like this girl. I might not be against marriage, but marriage ain't on my things to do list because to me, it might change what I have now want. To suppose things don't work out, and she want my house. Where I gonna go? I mean, there's so
well,
many
half the
things that a
things.
man does take this thing, but in that he don't want she and that he ain't want to marry. He might not be against marriage, but marriage changes things. And you just gotta hope and
But
pray that it don't change yours, cause you ain't gonna know until afterwards. Cause let me tell you,
until the lawyer,
March Day, this be the sweetest day. Come now, you
whoa,
in
woo,
happiness. You smiling from ear to ear. You
look
up
at the
with
pictures.
God. You with God till a month after. You at the window ready to jump.
No,
And
no, Mali,
uh
when you do your poll, right? When you do your poll and you got your data, please share it with
share it.
us
No
because we
problem.
really would love to see what the results of that would be. I don't think this is the forum because, as you said, people got the names there and
People,
you know, I don't know
yeah,
who watching and
right.
blah blah blah, right?
Don't
Fair
answer
enough,
that. Right.
right,
So
right.
the ladies are saying that every woman doesn't want to get married, and we take that into account. But a lot
Right.
of women do. A lot of women do want marriage, and even if they don't want marriage, just still kind of want that long-term relationship, that commitment from somebody, so that
Right.
because right now it's okay. Yeah, we get it that you're still in your youth, still in your working years and everything. Cool, but what happens when you hit 60 or so and you
But
return
then
and you
what
got
you
a
know?
lot more time for your hand? You want to spend that time by yourself. You get your
But what?
maturity and you go up on a work cruise by yourself. You know what I mean?
Be a girls, a Galatian. But listen. But here's the thing, Derek. Women may not, every woman may not want to be married, and every man may not want to be married, right? But everybody wants stability in their life.
Yeah.
Everybody craves emotional stability,
Stability.
sexual stability, financial stability in their life. Therefore, for some people, that looks like marriage. I
Yeah.
ain't saying that. I ain't saying I know people that are
Because
not married. That got children as old as in the 30s and thing that ain't never get married, but they live together, common law and everything. That's fine. And I
I'm happy
actually
with
would
that.
like to think I actually would think that I actually think in Barbados here that may be the exception to the rule more so than the standard because I think by and large we have been conditioned that stability marriage equates to stability of some sort.
Yeah,
It's just that
I
we don't
don't think
have the
anybody want
unsexy
to knock in from
conversations.
pillar to post. You know what I mean? And you in your 40s and going with this body tonight and that body tomorrow night, and nobody really want to be doing that as you get older. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
So you want some stability.
for some, prefer that though.
True.
Because
True.
at the end of the day, you answer to no one. You ain't got the stress. It's easy for you to get out of those things, and you could go home and sleep and be cool and be happy. I mean, that's for some men. And at the end of the day, now I went laming last night, and a friend of mine said that he do something, and when he and done, he dey feel so happy. Like he just smiling. The next day, he just smiling from ear to ear. And you know, a man need to do that more. Do things that is make you happy. I
Yeah.
really believe that you shouldn't got to sacrifice your happiness to make a woman happy because you don't want to hear her mouth. It should not be so. I should gotta be in a rum shop drinking rum a whole day, begging me to stop round there so you don't have to go go home. I know a man that they used to leave work Friday night and don't go home till Sunday. They may
That's
also
what
be
Ah,
definitely.
hello. They may also sleep in their cars. Oh,
but then
still
home,
going the
that's
same
a host.
clothes. Still going the
That's a
same
host.
clothes. Remember going in front of a shop and sleep in front of the shop till the shop shop reopen the next day. God damn it, going home.
Yeah. But you know, Neil, as you said a couple of weeks ago, it is better for a man to live on the corner of a rooftop than to live in a house with a contentious woman.
I rather to live on the house. So, you know what I mean? I just play music.
Play
So
your
you know
music.
he get
Yeah.
that from Taurus really. As a
Correct.
Taurus
And
song.
Torch really get that from the
As a
Bible. And Torch really
you
get
know,
that from the
yes.
Bible.
As a
Okay.
Taurus song. You might rather live on a rooftop than to be in contention with his girl.
Yeah.
Rather plant seeds in the jungle than to war every second. I mean, that one man, that is not healthy.
It is
Yeah.
But you
not.
know what? But you know the first thing that is the girls, the first thing that girls they say, okay, you know they always like to find these things, no, to make men look bad. So no, anything that man do, no, he is a toxic man.
Yeah.
Toxic is the newer thing. I know. You have
Toxic masculinity, because they don't talk about toxic femininity. They don't
the
even think that
toxic
that's a
man.
thing.
Everything
Toxic
that
man,
that's the
toxic
thing. A
masculinity.
toxic man. No, I don't know if y'all just use swear words, but it got the F word a fuck a boy. That
Yeah.
was the it thing no prior
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to
He's
that.
a
But you know
fuckboy,
what?
yeah.
Everybody had their own definition of that, you know.
Yeah.
So I find what they do there, things just come out and they put it to match whatever they feel. Is what I believe it is. Quite ask girls this already to what is a fuck boy. And everybody give me a separate thing though. So it's either you really don't know what it is, or you just match it how you
Yeah.
feel.
How it worked for you. Yeah.
But you see, we know now when we call a girl saying, everybody know what they say mean. I ain't gonna
What a
call
thought,
the
what,
words, no. I ain't
yeah,
gonna call the
right.
words, but there are derogatory things that we call a girl that once a
Yeah.
man or even a girl here, a man call a girl that he don't know the Bible already.
Yeah.
Facts, facts, on
Now I
facts.
go and ask, okay, what is this and what is that? What is your definition of this and definition of that? Because there are more than one, people see things differently. Unfortunately for girls. So when they call me this thing, this other girl might think that means something else, and she can still slide in this man the DM. And as toxic as the man is, and as toxic as they advocate the man to be, she going by the man tomorrow.
Because of status. Or
She going
because she
by the
feels
man
that she
tomorrow.
could change him. Yep,
She going by the
yep.
man tomorrow. And at the end of the day, if you can't change the man, as you just said, the man is a dog. But the man he never advocated to wanting change. You believe that. You believe that, and you ain't trained. I fail. But
Your
I know
race.
that you fail. You risk I fail, and it's
Your
the my
vex.
fault. Any my fault you fault, though. You risk I fail. Man, he tell you the
Facts on
risk.
facts. Facts on facts on facts. You know
Lord
how
have
many
mercy.
you know how many girls I know, right? They got certain men in Barbados, some well-known men in Barbados that are no good. Man got enough women, man is cheat, man is shoot. I've even known of some men that physically abuse women that still can't go walk over the stick to get the woman off of them. Then that's how many women just be around them. They got like in my mind now thinking of certain men, right? Where it is known that these men ain't no good. And women still getting around the man. I vex when I'm in effect and see the man dance with another woman and kissing up another woman. Now, granted, some of these men talk a big game. Some of these men that say, "Oh, you
Cheryl said she used to be chasing young boys at 16.
Cheryl
I
can chase
just,
young boys. Cheryl can chase young boys when she in a wheelchair with gums.
You
well,
know
You
what?
understand?
do your thing, Cheryl. Just got you
I'm
PlayStation 5 there.
gonna chase young girls at the same age.
True.
So is
Yeah.
that
Oh, but
so? And
who got
you
have
will
the
more find that, and you will more find that happening
Yeah.
than she chasing young boy, and the women gonna want it.
I was just about to say, let's see who is going to have the bigger success there.
The
Fact.
women, the young
But
boy,
we said that,
you
but
say
we
that.
said this on a show earlier that
Mhm.
as men get older, men have more options than women. If you see how we get roast, if you see how we get
We get
roast,
ether.
wait,
Ether.
wait,
Karen said she
But
just wants companionship and compatibility. It looked like Kevin proposing to Cheryl in the chat somewhere along the line.
you gotta be
Um,
younger than Cheryl though. Cutting, you gotta be younger. If you ain't younger, forget it.
you gotta be 20.
Karen is saying she feels sad for the men who think they have to suffer in unhappy relationships. It's just
It's
something.
That
happen
more
all.
common.
Listen. That
That's
is
so common.
so common, but the men just don't speak out and say. Let me say a woman get treated bad. Let me say a younger girl, cause I gotta say young or older now, cause some of the older ones would do it, but most of them young now. You can get blast on social
What?
media. A
Take
woman
Bricks.
can screenshot everything. Like they say, you believe he did the same man that was at my house last
Uh,
night and he have a girl.
the
It was alright
receipts.
when you the game with you the one. I had a girl all of that I think too.
yeah.
But no
Yeah.
things ain't going your but no things ain't going the way you want. You gonna blast me. I talk about well this guy be the same man I got a girl and this and that, but it was alright. And from me no, if I see a girl do that, even if I had a slight interest in she cross off the book.
Yeah.
What?
I do not
Immediately.
believe in that. I do not
Bro,
believe in that. If I have an issue with you or you have an issue with me, bomb me out in front of me. Come here,
yeah,
get bad in my house. Do you gotta do? You going on social media? Put in my business
Yeah.
out there. Put in
can respect
yours.
it.
Yeah.
I
But it was.
cause it's yours too. Don't think that in yours, and then man can see well. You know what? This is a free meal. She gonna play, and the man can come after you too,
Or
Yeah.
the man gonna avoid you like the plague because
or
men don't
avoid you.
like that action. Men ain't want the
Exactly.
business out there,
I avoided that.
whether
I
they're
avoided that.
committed or the man running
Or
boat.
not. Committed or not, a man ain't want that smoke. Goodbye. Or
Yeah.
Okay,
the
then.
same man, or the same man that got you are attracting the same thing that you are blasting. Because the man can say, well, she doesn't play or it's safe. And the man said, man, he that man ain't good. Because he got men out there. I ain't gonna say it here, no. He got men out there worse than girls. But
Yeah.
Oh,
anyhow, that is
yeah.
another thought saying that he got men out there worse than girls. They will sell you out. Yeah, man, easy for nothing. That time you ever doing a thing, you know.
But they will
I am a
come and
man
talk in
and
here.
entertainment. I am a man and entertainment. So my man said that men are good. Your name is be on the streets. You ain't no good. My name is be there too. I can talk straight. My name was there too. Once you have status and you look away, and people see a lot of girls around you, automatically you are a girl's man. You spot enough women,
Yeah.
and you ain't no good.
Listen,
Yeah.
out of the three of
That
you
thing you
here,
ain't
right?
doing.
Out of the three of you here, I am the least famous. You understand? And
There's nothing
I
you can
have
do about
hold,
that.
and I have heard. I'm saying, Mali, I
Mm.
have heard that I just got enough women. What I know about being faithful and committed, you madman. And I ain't nobody use me. Out to
And you
three me,
can't
if three
stop
me
that.
stand up and I let the boy know me. But because I look a certain sort of way and I carry myself a certain sort of way, I got certain sort of things. And women, always about the place.
Yeah. I
People
mean,
will
you're saying,
say,
yeah, you cannot stop that because all you gotta do is be wrong a girl and one of the deal. You don't gotta be doing, and then she just got to be near you. You could be driving along the road, see a friend on the side. She live the next gap. You want to drop home? No problem. You catch she home. Somebody see she inside the van. Where I know see Mali got thing and think caught in he a truck. That's the issue. No, no. You and she
A
dealing.
big issue. Yep.
Like
And God forbid you got a woman. Cause that happened to me
actually
already.
no.
Where I had a
That happened to all of we already.
yeah,
Yep.
Happened to
yeah.
me already too. I was out and a girl said she want to drop home. Innocently mean the woman me and the woman in policies. They want girl mother or sometimes they see me driving the road with a girl in car. She gonna tell daughter. I don't see he with a man with a girl and say the car. No, she didn't tell me it was she mother. Unfortunately, she shut up cause I kinda sister that I shouldn't have. But then she tell me, but it's my mother was like, I was like, oh shoot, sorry,
God.
sorry for I had to say that
Oh,
about
your
her. The
mother.
fact still remains. The fact still remains. Everybody in my car. I mean, you could get people drops, yes. I mean, I ain't definitely see the boy in some one car, yes, again, raise suspicion for whatever reason, but don't jump to conclusions and
But
say
not a
this is that.
one-off thing. Suppose
Yeah, not a one off.
if the woman always in your car, then I can understand. But
Yeah.
literally, I had a woman overseas, right, Molly? Hear this. I had a woman overseas, right? And that time I had my hair long, I say get my hair plait. Call a friend of mine, a girl that I used to deal with. We stopped dealing for a while, for years. I got this woman overseas. Me and this, I never cheat for this woman nothing. I say, Mala, anybody that's got braid hair? Say, yeah, man, call my girl and thing. She call up she friend and say, yeah, I can come with you to show you how to get there. Cause this before like Waze and smartphones and things like that. I pick up the girl, drive down the road, get my hair braid, go home. As I go home, I log on. Just to show you how long ago this was. This was on MSN. I log on
Smart.
for MSN Solar.
Yeah.
And my woman, I say my woman, I say, hey, I rush on
Like
to talk to this woman. I
that's
say,
yeah,
hey
boy.
babe, what's up? She said, why the fuck that bitch was in your car? I say, how you know that? The
Oh, you
woman
know
say,
that
oh,
already.
because my initial reaction is, how the freak you overseas? I know this already.
Yeah.
But she took it as, oh, you didn't want me to know.
Man,
Look,
like
Women interpret
across.
things how they want to fit the narrative they want at that particular time. Half the time you don't even be studying, half the things that then just be thinking, But the slightest thing that you said that fits the narrative that she on, and she going with that. I used to be like, but I don't mean it, and sort of. But you down going
irrelevant.
through the others, it
Irrelevant.
is irrelevant. And Frandino is a noise and when it ain't green for weeks. And I mean, happy telling you ladies, yes, I understand the feeling of sort of way you see you man with the this and that, but happy telling you man don't even be studying the things that one of this be taking into it. But you know what them they say? Them is women and they know how women
Uh-huh.
do the thing.
Oh, and you know what's so funny about that? I've,
Yes.
I've heard that before too. I am a woman and I know how women this
Women
thing.
this thing. Yeah.
What does that sound like to the guys that have always heard that men are dogs?
Women is throw themselves at that mean that I should think that you throw yourself at men too. But you know what? You should know your girl and trust your girl. So for you to say that no, you make it look like
Oh
you
my
don't
god.
trust she. Because
Jeez,
you
oh
can't
bread.
win, You can't win.
Can't win.
You
Cannot
can't
win.
win. You
Cannot win
can't
with them.
win.
Can't
You
win.
can't win.
Can't
So
win.
that's why half the time the men just keep quiet, suffer in silence. I say, you know what? Let me pour a drink. I sit down in this chair and watch and watch television home and don't laugh. Why is the laugh is the issue?
No, no, to that, no. Cross is saying Taurus really is singing about being willing to work out the contention with his woman. Whereas the man sleeping at the room shop all weekend to avoid the house is just lacking the emotional and mental maturity to deal with his situation. Perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
No, no.
I know
My
what that
initial
is, but
thought,
um,
yeah, okay.
let me say to that is okay to say that, but from personal experience, there are times you would have addressed certain things, you would have mentioned certain things, and then you realize your perspective is not being acknowledged. Your
Correct.
concerns are not being acknowledged. So to avoid the noise, because going to the rum shop or sleeping in the car or whatever, that is not first option.
That is the
That comes
last
first.
straw.
That is the last straw.
That's the last straw.
Okay.
Who
That
gonna
man
let
is
them
volunteering
host?
to sleep in the
Who
truck
gonna let
or car.
them host that they built in a bed, a nice king size bed on a slum pit to sleep in a car?
I'm saying it could be a car
You
piece of
don't know.
plywood by
They don't know.
floor.
Or they may know what the man tried already or talk about already, and it failed. That drove him to say, you know what? I rather sleep in my car.
And
Nobody
if,
want walk in the house that every time you walk in the house, God bless is the issue.
but listen,
Yeah.
but the thing about it is, guys, the thing is about it is right. We got a person that's follow our podcast, Natalia. Big up Natalia. She say almost every episode, one hand can't
I
clap.
can't
No,
clap.
I say that to say it is all fine and good for you wanting to ease the tension and the contention and everything like that, right? But as you guys are saying, very rarely a man sleeping in his car. Like he has tried. He has tried to invite the woman. Maybe he may not be mature enough to communicate, or he doesn't know how to communicate that, or whatever. But guarantee the man has tried in his way to get things done. Shoot, some men would say, "I can buy she this, I can buy she that, I can make sure she got all the things she want, or even need, or whatever. She happy." And he's still not getting any recourse, and he does not know as a man he has not been
uh,
taught how to do certain things in terms of communicating those things. And then they got some men that say, "Let me go therapy, let me do this, let me do that." As
yeah,
Derek said, your opinion, your perspective is not being respected. It's based on what you do. So
that's
what the
right.
man do? The man can't believes in monogamy, so he might sleep in the car and humbug man at your shop to stop late for one more.
Start late for one more. This is where he seeks solace and refuge from that stress, which is bad. But I ain't there. You want to be happy.
Yep.
Nobody want to be unhappy. Don't ever you
Nobody.
believe nobody in the world wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy, but happiness comes at a price, and the cost is if you're willing to pay. If you decide to marry or be in a relationship. Also, if
Mm,
you're out of one, everything comes at a price. Is what you willing to pay?
mm.
You willing to pay? So back on topic now, on marriage thing, women. I believe that I see nothing wrong if a woman wants to propose to a man. I mean, if you see something in a man that you want, and you don't want he left around you, I mean, when they live in the same house, when they're going good, and she feel it, and she say, yo, you know, and bam, she decides she gonna do it. What is wrong there?
There's
What you would
nothing
say
wrong
that
with
you would
that.
rather eat a glass? I mean, what you would rather eat glass than to do that? But then if the
It-
man, if you want it and the man don't do it, no, he don't want you. If he didn't want you, he would do it. And this has been
this
this
long.
long, and this and that. And
He ain't
I
ready for
mean,
you. He
but
can't
what gonna
handle
change?
you.
All right, but when I marry now, what gonna change? We already live in the same house. We have already invested. The fact that you live in my house more than 5 years, mean you could get it. So I done take a step. In my opinion, I done met that step already by having you and there.
Yeah.
And as you say, women, there's moving. They don't
Yep.
build. And it's funny that you should say that because I find that a woman would more like to buy a house that do already than to build from ground up. They were going to say, you know what, I like this house here. I can buy this house. It's interesting you actually said that. But yeah,
Interesting.
I don't find a problem. I don't see a problem with that. And
Ain't a problem.
the girl said that she would not even ask a man to be her a man.
Yeah.
See that? You see that though?
That,
She
that,
could be single alone.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. She more than likely she already getting at the guts. So
Yeah.
if you're doing it, if you're already sleeping with a man, you're doing anything to ask a man to be your man,
So
then
the
you're gonna
man
be
could well do whatever. Then
you're
you
gonna
gonna
be
be vexed
surprised and
when the
vexed
man go
when the
on
man decide, but
somewhere
yeah,
else.
he find
But you know
somebody
what?
else. Say, yo,
But you know what? You fucking sorry, you're having sex with somebody else. He's having sex with you and someone else. He like both of y'all. He can't choose. Women are smart. She would pick that time where you all are about to
yeah, do things.
fornicate. And so I did with you for this time or whatever, and what is saying me? I would like you to
What
be
are we?
my. I would like you to be my man or whatever the case is. Right now, the man may be thinking about having her as his girl, but he ain't sure. But the fact that she step up and say, "Well, listen, I want you to be my man," may make the man say, "You know what? All right, safe, yeah, let me do this here."
You're right.
So this
Yeah.
other
You
girl,
could be
she
losing out.
interested.
You could be losing out. You could be losing out on the opportunity to find the husband, the man that you want to sell, Levy and marry. No, I have no problem asking a girl to be my girl, but as you know, men and women work on different clocks.
Oh
So
yes.
she expecting you to do this 2 weeks ago, and you ain't do it 2 weeks ago is an issue.
But
You might have plans on doing it, but you should have do this two weeks ago. So that is the issue. So I have no problem for him asking you to be his or hers or whatever the case. It's called I men just do it. Men just gotta
yeah.
take that step. We just gotta take a leap all the time. We just gotta take that leap of
And
faith.
and the point is that if our role is to initiate the relationship, if our role is to say, "Will you be my girl? Will you be my wife?" And it ain't even me saying, it's not even men saying, "Yo, you's my girl now," or "Yo, you's my wife now." We have to ask because they can always say no.
Yep.
So
Yes, they can.
so basically, our role is to ask you girls, you women, a question for commitment to be with us for the long haul, the long term. But yet still, some women don't believe in traditional roles. Don't believe in, you know, a man should do this and a woman should do that. Who's me? I gotta start here cleaning the house. I gotta cook all the time. But I I got to ask you questions though. Like, will
You
you
have
marry
to.
me? So no, I got to ask you, will you marry me? But then no, I can't expect anything from you in a relationship. I can't expect you to take care of the cooking or take care of the paying of the bills. Whatever the rules are, it is wrong for me to expect certain
Ask.
rules from you. But we are expected
Yes.
to, from the first initial going down with the relationship, we are expected to do things.
Yeah, a woman be like, "You believe that he asked me to do?" And they say, "Well, he got to be a mad."
Facts. So,
He got to be
um,
crazy. He got to be crazy.
I'll tell you,
but
right? I think a big part of it, in terms of women being slow to do that, to ask the question, is that the, the fear of rejection. I
So,
think for all the bravado and the confidence and stuff that women give you, I suspect they hate rejection more than men because they ain't accustomed to it.
then they're not
yo,
used to it.
Yeah,
yo,
they ain't
yo,
accustomed to
that's
it.
fact. You know how many
Yeah,
women I heard say that?
they are
So many
not
women say
accustomed
that.
to it.
Used to rejection,
We as men,
and
we
they
get a real
take it worse. They
yeah.
take it worse.
We as men, we accustomed, from small. You're coming up. You like a girl, she don't let you shoot. You get that baptism from early. And some girls can be fairly rough with it too in terms of getting that shoot
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Women, even if women get let down, sometimes
Uh
a lot of times the let down is not as the rejection is not as savage as a woman rejecting a man. So I think that might be a big part of it in terms of why women might be a little slower to ask the question.
I
man,
know, man.
rejection is a part of life. If we do it, why they can't?
But the thing about it is that so many women that I would have encountered say they don't deal it, they can't take rejection. As a matter of fact, I can even think of one person that shoot they would ask to come by like back when we were together and doing stuff. The woman would
uh,
ask, I want to come by you. I say, nah, not tonight, man. I think, oh, you reject me. Like
yeah.
literally,
I've come
when I
across that.
said no to this woman, it was a rejection, and I was like, but they got sometimes I am allowed to say no.
Teresa
I,
is
I
saying that she is selling insurance, so she She good with rejection. She ain't afraid. She gonna cover.
She good with
Um,
turns.
and then Cross, no Cross is making the point that at some point you gotta go back home and the same crap will go down if you don't deal with it or leave it. And
Or
that's
leave.
true. But
It is.
as again, speaking from experience, Cross, this is how this thing plays out, right? You left home in the morning, you go to work. After work, you find something to do. You go home as late as possible. Hopefully the woman's sleeping and it won't be the noise. Good. You get up,
Yeah.
as little interaction before you could get out the door. Wash, rinse, repeat. You know what I mean? And you spend as little time at home as you can. So the problem's there, but you ain't really sticking up to address them.
It's true. But you know what? They got 4 words out of my head. We need to
Need to
talk.
talk.
Oh Lord.
Lord,
Woo.
when am I hear that? Deflated completely like
Oh Lord, what do you know?
what you do
What
now?
is
Yeah.
What
what could you know?
I could have possibly do now?
Yep. Fuck.
Or saying that y'all went through already. You think that y'all pass it. And then but you know that you who do this, you be like, oh my god, we mean we going back there again. I
Yeah,
thought we passed this here deflation again. Like then everything that's just bring your rate down to the ground, which is why going to the rum shop or wherever and drink say
Oh, when you ask
ah
the bartender, when you ask the bartender for rum, he ain't gonna tell you no.
in a noise,
yeah
in a noise there.
God forbid that that something wrong. You asked twice what happened, dang, and you left it out now completely. And you said, all right,
You
but say
don't
it's
care.
nothing wrong. I mean, you know that something wrong and
Yeah,
going on.
but
But
still,
you ask, they can't say that you and ask. You ask, yes or no. So you carrying on like nothing happened. You going along. Oh, you ain't care. As
Listen, I had
he
a woman.
as he
I,
just said. I mean, how can they not care? But he just asked you twice. What happened? You
listen,
tell
I had
me
a
me and then you want me to answer the whole night?
and then there's a
What happened
noise.
with you?
listen.
And then
I
yeah,
had a woman tell me one time. Woman tell me one time. I know what's saying wrong. You know, I said everything all right. Yes. You want to talk about it? You sure? Cause I could say something wrong. Nah. I don't want to talk about it. Cool. And here the woman if you rested there next day, the woman messaged me and say, "Oh, so you don't care?" I said, "How you mean I care?" I asked. She said, "No, I know you. You would have normally push. You would have push
oh
and push
wow.
and push till you get the answer." And I'd be like, "But if you tell me you don't want to talk about it, you want me to hold you at gunpoint?
Yeah, but
You want
I
me to waterboard
used
you?"
to, I was that a guy. But I done with that. Like I mean, I went through that too much times. If I answer wrong, you tell me nothing. I going with the fact that nothing wrong with you. So
Face value.
if I answer twice, you tell me nothing wrong twice. And asking you in the morning.
Cause
I done with that. But you know what? That is inviting another argument, no. But at the end of the day, I really ain't care. Cause I done ask you twice already. What happened with you?
All right, thanks.
And you gonna tell me nothing wrong with you twice with a straight face. Nothing wrong with me.
yeah, so it mean you
With
lied to me.
with attitude. With attitude. Exactly. You lie to me, no. You tell me nothing wrong. It's clear. Something wrong
Yeah.
with you, you know. But if I don't
Mhm.
continue to nag you to squeeze it out of you, it, you don't care. Come on, man. Come
We're
on,
getting
man.
out. We're getting out of the comments there. I mean,
Boy,
sorry for ignoring you all tonight. But the
So
conversation free flowing. Yeah.
yeah. I want to shout out Kelly King Campbell. Don't she is in the chat. I saw her before. You only finally get a chance to shout her out. Uh, Good to see you here, Kelly. They say don't forget that it is also centuries of socialization why both women and men don't see women proposing to a man as an option. Yeah, we've been socialized for sure. Terence is saying relationships come and they go. Yeah, so you gotta keep that in mind.
yeah,
Frost is saying, but many men cannot handle rejection either. Let's not get into the tantrum certain men can throw to the point that they kill you and themselves. Yeah, we know what that's the self
yeah.
deletion thing. We ain't really about that.
We're working with that.
Um, Karen is saying it'll be noise because that is disrespectful. If a man is dealing with behaving so, carry your, you know what, your son.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
If I bring up an issue that has occurred before, it means the behavior hasn't changed. Discard again. And Blair is agreeing with you. He's saying because we are supposed to read her mind. Ricardo Atkins is in the house. Welcome, my brother. Good to
Good night,
see you.
Ricardo.
Talking about these, apparently the women are concerned about it. They want to know what kind of women we are running into.
Oh,
Listen,
okay.
listen.
And
I've
You
said this before. I've said this before on the show, right? Because the women that are engaging us in this forum, because you women think the way you think and act the way you act. Trust me when I tell you, the world is bigger than just y'all, you know. And you would be surprised the mentality of most women out there that we engage and we have dated, you know. And I know women can say that about men too. But the fact remains is that you all really don't want us to get down in some of the stories we have from women that we have gone through and that we've been told. Because if we start to tell you all certain things, if I start to tell you all certain things about what happened to me and what women said to me and stuff like that, y'all will be like, that don't that, like I telling lies. I just want you. I just talking good things because you could talk. So believe you me, that out there they walk among us for sure. And
I
it
see.
all
Karen here is saying, it is he who finds a wife finds a good thing. Y'all men ain't trying to be men no more, and they doing like that.
we're not trying to be men no more. You don't
Yeah,
understand.
and but with that, I love. I heard Blair say before a couple of weeks ago, in response to that, right?
Uh,
He who finds a wife finds a good thing. And Blair will tell you, right, from our um, mutual studying, the supposition in that statement is that the lady has to be a wife first,
oh my
and the
goodness
man finds
gracious.
her.
Ooh.
Funny you should say that, right? I was talking to a girl, and I want know what the girls think here now too. I was talking to a girl, and I found that she was a bit laid back in particular things.
Right.
So her mindset was she ain't doing
There's
everything that
certain
she
things
can unless
until
I have you. So if we're in a relationship, she ain't doing these things. But you know the next girl doing all these things to get me.
yeah, because it's a job
So
interview,
where does that leave you?
on the outside
And
looking in.
then I ain't know I'm good because I choose somebody else. So
You
you
choose a
see,
better
women,
option for yourself.
everybody distinct different. Or if you had showed that side and do the things that you could have done, you would not have left room for that girl to actually get in there. 'Cause I
Facts.
might have wanted you,
Yeah.
but you show me that you ain't giving me everything. Was a man nigga jumping blank? Well, sorry,
No.
I ain't jumping in a blank. So
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
not
And to
saying that the
your
man
point,
don't want you, the man want you, but I ain't gonna say Nova. Let me see what else she has to offer by jumping in and saying, "All right, fine, I have you. You is my girl." And you gain these same things on their free that this person put in the effort. So women also need to think how would them to say. Like say when men got to think about it and study it her cause at the end of the day he says a job to review. When you find a girl that look good that got all that she I's dot and she T's crossed, you ain't the only man trying to get in there, no.
I am so
yeah,
glad you said that because Nika is here saying the fact that you are entertaining the other woman means that you aren't committed. Go along.
Well, you ain't the only man that trying to get in there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Women really trying to make me believe that you ain't got other men trying to get to get in. You just got a girl and men is be in the damn regular
Regular.
racing though. Racing.
Regular.
So don't come with that junk but the fact that the other girl there, that means that you are not thing. You got men vying for the same spot, telling you beer junk every day about you and whatever. You ain't gonna tell your man all. You might tell you some.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
and that's the thing.
The
That's the
ones,
thing. The
the
thing
ones that
is,
you have absolutely no interest in.
Okay
the thing
then.
is, right? We talking about, a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. And Derek made the point that you gotta be worthy of that title of wife. You have to have certain things in place, certain virtues to be considered wife. No, having said that, if a man is, as you all say, interviewing for the job of wife, right? That means he is trying to find out that what is best suited for him. And women do it too. So to say that the woman, or sorry, to say that the man is not committed is that's kind of harsh, because at the end of the day, still, so as Mali was saying earlier, he won't put up a post to see if you're gonna marry the man that you with. Why the man marrying the man that you with?
All right, then. Yeah, dating is a process of elimination.
Yeah.
Fact on fact.
And
Dating
that
long,
So
long,
involves that
women
involves
is
long.
date more
competing.
than woman. Women is date more than woman, and they can't tell me I'm not. Women date more than one man. So if a man dating more than one woman, why is it the worst thing? Cause never you believe a man think he's the only man they're trying to gain there, but he making sure he's the best he could be to win.
But you
Because
see,
it's
here we go,
competition.
here we go with the
uh,
semantics again, right? Because
uh,
I think, okay, so we're talking about a wife, but
uh,
people are thinking if you're not married, therefore you don't want to be in a committed relationship. If I am in a relationship with a woman and we are committed and we are building toward that, obviously not taking on other women. We're not talking
correct,
about this level of relationship. So
correct.
then, I mean, we're talking semantics. When a man finds a good woman, don't let me use wife. When a man finds a good woman, he finds a good thing. Because that's essentially what we're saying. Not if he finds a wife. So if you live with a woman and marry and build it with a woman and together with a woman for 5 years and thing, but you're still entertaining other women, then you're really serious or committed. Oh, we're not talking about that. We're talking about if you have a good woman. Again, I'm gonna say it. If every man find the best woman for them, the best option for them, the man ain't very in the way, you know, man ain't getting away. If every box tick for that man,
Uh,
man ain't getting stressed, man getting regular sex, the man getting a laugh, the man feel like he got somebody he could talk to her, the man got somebody, a woman that can let he gonna do what he want to do in terms of like laying with the fellas or playing video games or whatever he's doing, right? And he does still clean up and his efforts are appreciated. 12 out of 10 men gonna keep that woman and marry that woman and not look at another woman. Straight. Yes, there are some exceptions to the rule. Yes, they got some men that can just, man, look, I just got this hot girl here. Everything good at home. And you know what? I just call out good times horn. Man, everything good at home, and you step out.
good times hard.
But you got opportunity. You got opportunity. Let's be
Good
honest,
times
right?
hard. All right,
Good times horn. That's when everything good, everything nice. You know, the relationship going strong and everything
good.
like that. But
Uh,
you got a woman that's a
want
supermodel or
saying
something like that.
that want
Yeah,
want peace wants, and you say, man, look,
right, right. That is a good times horn. That is a good times horn. We're not talking about those extreme situations. We are talking about when a man finds a good woman. Not, don't let me get bogged down in the terminology of wife, because if we do that, then yes, you can come
let
with
me
the
say good,
semantics
good,
of
yes. Let me
a
say
good
good
woman.
woman, a
Right. When a
good
man
woman,
finds a good woman, he finds a good thing.
and a good
So
woman does not necessarily mean you don't have issue. Issues happen in every relationship, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So she could be a good woman, but when it's still having nagging certain things,
Mm-hmm.
which could also break it down. So yes, you might find a good woman. She doing things for you in terms of finances. You all can go into anything and get whatever. But then there are the little things that keep nagging you, keep bugging you. So yeah, you got a good woman per se, but it's just a matter of if you're willing to accept
No,
what
no.
isn't there.
I read in some of these comments, right? I see Karen, she's saying commitment is a farce in today's relationships, and I see
Oh
Tanya
Lord,
saying, girls, their idea of good is different. No,
oh Lord.
What take Karen is saying I'm not doing certain things with a man I see no future with. The kind of fruit I
Uh,
really am will never be revealed to a man who ain't both ish. Right?
uh,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't go with somebody that you don't figure is
no,
going to
you
be.
know
You got
what?
to assess and vet first.
But you're right. There's nothing
Don't got
wrong
the
with
man
that.
5-6 years holding on.
Right, but you're right. There's
Sorry,
nothing
you
wrong with
holding
that.
on.
There's nothing wrong with that. But as I said earlier, somebody else showing he the freak that they could be. And they
Yeah.
might be doing just as much good things that you doing and ain't holding back that part. So where does that leave you?
Teresi is saying 404 comments later, we still flogging a dead horse. The men still looking for trophies and trying to make wife material out of yahoos.
Man,
Which brings me back to my
hold
point.
on.
Which brings me back to my point earlier. Remain is just
Some
want
men just
somebody
like,
look good.
yeah,
They ain't got saints. Remember ISIS or they ain't
yeah.
got saints. Men just want somebody that look good to stand
But
up
hold,
next to me and say I got something that look good.
well,
I
no,
can't
I saw
get that do. I can't get
no,
that do.
no, I saw Jennifer say something earlier, right? I saw Jennifer say something earlier about they got some men out there that would tell you that they can't eat pudding and sauce every day. No, we need
Ha ha
to.
ha.
So first things first, right? I think we can almost go get remedial with this, right? Because when we talk about men, when we talk about women, we have to talk about what we see as a man, as a woman. If you understand what I'm trying to say here, because y'all women don't understand some of the stories we are telling you about other women. So maybe to y'all, they are not women. They're little girls. I saw Terencia made that comment that she's a grown woman and the women we talking about are little girls. And maybe to y'all, the men
Experience.
exactly the men that run around and say that they can't eat pudding and sauce every day and this and that and the next and the third. Those may not necessarily be our interpretation of what a man should be and what he does, right? Because at the end of the day, if everything good at home, I promise you, I guarantee you, if you poll 10 men and you say to a man, yo, to these 10 men, if you had a woman that ticks every box you have, woman don't give you no stress, every box you got, woman's tick it. Woman ain't hard on the ice, she look good naked,
Uh,
you will hear that man say, 9 out of 10 men will say, they must start home. They would think if that's a consistent thing, if not today, but every day. My day. Man again away.
It's
Same with
interesting,
yeah.
women.
Neil, that you only highlighted two things that she looked good and they're in the stress.
But that but man simple, yo.
But you know
Man
the
simple.
stress. But you know stress is the main part of that whole thing, though. Because
Facts.
you may look at man, you may look at somebody else and say, well, he got a girl, a little real sweet. Why he was harshy?
Uh-huh.
You don't know why the man harshy because she look good. That don't mean nothing. She could be stressing the hell out of this, man. You know what I
Stacy,
mean? She could be stressing
Stacy,
the life out of he.
and you don't know, you don't see
I
it.
just don't know, but you just want to know how he could cheat on she because you ain't know her in that light. You know her from seeing her when they say, "Hey, what's going on?" She seems to be a nice person to you. She look good, so you tell yourself, "Yeah, boy, I will start home with this here." But you don't know that.
Which is why I say to Tonya, on Tuesday,
Uh,
when Tonya would say she has some friends who look good and everything and they're real pleasant, but the single, I said this,
uh,
they're pleasant with you.
you,
In a
okay?
relationship, with a
Yeah.
man, no, it may be a totally different thing. Stacy now is asking the question, but are you showing husbandly traits? And gotta love Stacy, right? I'm
Facts.
not trying to turn this around, but it has to go both ways.
And we
Yes. And
agree.
I would love to hope that the women are looking at men whom they seem to think possess husbandly traits, as opposed to looking at a man and saying, "Well, he look good,"
I agree.
and that's he look good, and then shoot.
I
So no offense, Manny,
agree.
but he's a DJ. He look good, so let me go down that road. You know what I mean? And then
We from time a girl hear
he's a
that
The
voice.
DJ.
DJ.
He
DJ.
is a whore. He's a
Yeah,
whore.
Facts.
Straight like, if I actually hear that, use a whore.
yeah, but we are with
Cricketer,
you, Stacey.
oh sorry, today.
Cricketer, shoot,
For
they say
for
musicians too.
footballer. Listen, they must add to that list every day. So
Yeah.
you can't do nothing. Whatever you do, you is a whore thing.
I
Er,
listen, as a red man with curly hair and pretty eyes. I get that
Keep
tell
going.
that daily. And I ain't an entertainer. I ain't a DJ. You know what I mean? No, there before you continue. I saw a comment from Nick. And Nick said was essentially saying that the woman we are describing is a unicorn, and perfection doesn't exist in your partner in a relationship. There's
agreed,
no such thing as a
agreed.
perfect partner. No, we go back to the statement that is
Wait,
in the Bible.
Terence is
a
fucked,
good
but she's leaving. So shout out to Rancia. Thanks for coming through.
yeah,
As
good night,
always,
Terence. Thanks for joining us.
have a good
Um,
rest.
yeah, but basically, right, back to the Bible verse. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Basically, that is saying, and we could go down the Bible verses, right? We could go down the Bible verses of the contentious wife and everything like that. The fact remains is that when a man finds something he is comfortable with, he will stay. He
Ah,
And we are not talking about jackass men. We are talking about men, as Mali brought her earlier, fuck boys. Somebody asked who's a fuck boy. That's a fuck boy. A man that just do things and ain't
Just do
serious about
exactly
nothing.
that.
Right,
he
Ain't
ain't
a
right,
he
rule.
ain't he ain't he ain't he
Ain't
ain't
sticking
serious.
up.
He just
right,
wants some.
right. But if we're talking about a man that is committed, and we're talking about a woman that is is virtuous, man that is virtuous, then there is a level of commitment and there is a level of fidelity that comes along with that. There are some situations out there, right? I like legitimately speaking, there are so many relationships on the rocks where yes, the man is he got shoulder the majority of the blame, but the blame ain't only on him though. The woman might see it as on him because we are conditioned that if we get horned, case closed. But you got to deep dive into these relationships. At what age do men get to that point? Naked it's not about age, it is about mentality. It is not about age. Because I know men that commit, I know men in the 20s that get married and are still married. And I know men
Right.
that are older than us that still playing the field and still cheating for the wife and that sort of thing. It comes down to how you were raised, your experiences, and what you deem as important for you.
Right.
Because if we as men that are really about the business and thing. I'm not saying that I'm mad about his business thing and make a mistake, right? Because things happen. We are human.
Ah,
I'm talking about if a man really in his mind saying, you know what, I about marriage, I about commitment, I about long lasting, whatever, the man is going to put himself and choose the person that is best for him. Now, the problem is sometimes men choose that person, but they change over the years. Women can argue that too. But the point is, people change and become something that or other things. It comes down to your mentality, and your mentality is constantly changing because today, me and you good. We in love. We get married. We have sex in the gallery to the washroom. But no, but no, we get to a point in the marriage where children and whatever, we have not had
Routine.
sex in 6 months. Every time
nice.
everything I do in the house is a noise. If I cook saying, well, you rice too friendly. If I sweep saying, oh, how you sweep up in here. If I carry out the garbage, oh, cheese on bread, you forget to carry out that, how you can miss the garbage. People
and
change, and
simple
then we
stuff
try to
is
pick up the pieces. When that change comes, we be so far removed from who we were, we be like, how we get here, and we don't know how to deal with it. The
a
maturity
lot of
comes in
time they can't
understanding
deal with
self.
it.
Exactly. Understanding self. And I talk about just men, I talk men and women. Understanding oneself and working together. That is why, right? I believe that a relationship is a union. It is two people, one hand can clap.
Ah,
And yes, you may do certain things in the relationship. I may do certain things in the relationship. But at the end of the day, if we want to make this work, we gotta communicate and we gotta really create spaces where we can say, look, here tune, right? I don't like the fact that XYZ. And you could tell me, I don't like XYZ, and we could find a way to move forward, even if it means going to therapy, even if it means going to church, even if it means doing something that takes you out of your comfort zone. Because you know what? If we let things build up and build up and build up and build up, and we stop talking and communicating and this and that, it don't matter how mature it is. It don't matter what age you are. It don't matter. It gone to the dogs. I have seen the most mature men and women divorced. It don't matter. And it ain't because of no horn or don't ain't because of no other women or anything like that. It just comes down to you've heard it. I have fallen out of love with you. I have grown as a person. You have not grown.
you,
So
your
it,
your
it
your your then your ego is being tested too. God dang it, keep at it.
Lord have mercy.
I have grown that whole stemmer. I have grown. You have not grown. It's a job too, you know. So some men may not
Oh,
take it.
that in between the ribs, buddy.
Some men might not take that as, you know what, maybe need to look at me. Because a lot of times people don't get the fact that, you know, maybe you need to look at you. Because they always try to say men need to look at them themselves, but women need to look at their ourselves too. So in a whole, both of us, we need to look at ourselves and realize, you know what? Maybe the fact that I ain't have a woman or have a man and in a steady relationship because of me. They may check me and see what I just lack that I can't stay in a relationship. Because it might not always be the other person, you know. It might be you.
They say
You are the
relationships are
common
When do
relative.
denominator.
you know? When do you know that? When do you realize, well, shit, got to be me? Yeah? I mean,
And
you just don't know.
so, Nick,
Guys,
the point,
we reached
wait, hold
10
on.
o'clock.
Right, I can just make this one point quick, Nika, and everybody that listening. The point is that there's no cookie cutter thing, right? We are all individuals. We are all coming from different spaces, different experiences, different upbringings. The point is that what we are creating here, or what we have created here, and bringing guests like Mali on and people like Dion and everything like that before, is to give perspectives of men from men and hearing the perspectives of women from women, right? We have a lot of women that are very, very open and honest and challenges. The point is that it is not a cookie cutter thing, right? It is, some things are holistic. I could tell you, men don't want stress and men want sex. I could speak every
Yeah,
man.
that is
That is what men want. However,
not saying that that is all men want you to bring to the table, but that
exactly,
would make life so much easier.
exactly. So now we have to understand that this is a conversation that, shoot, the three of us here talking, but all women might butt up a man that is a total idiot, or he
Different.
may be a man
He's
that
different.
he just moving different. The point is that we have to understand certain things. We have to understand that if you don't want to stick and adhere to traditional roles in a relationship, then the genesis of the relationship being started by the role of a man to propose or to say, let's get in a relationship, there's a conflict there because you're starting with the roles already. And I think that's where a lot of things get thrown out of whack because a lot of roles, but still have the expectation of some traditional roles. I hope I'm making sense. And
Oh,
that's where,
yes, a
to me,
lot.
I think there's some conflict there. People in general have in their mind what the traditional roles, how they were raised and experiences and how things should go, versus what they will and will not do. A woman ain't, no man can't tell me to do this, no man can't tell me to do that. Men that say, shoot, my woman can't expect, my woman can't this, my can't expect that. So we
Yeah,
got
but
we got start. Go ahead, Melly.
yeah, I mean, but you got a lot of this, as you say, it's how you are also raised. Because there are some ladies that they were raised. Your mother would say, "Well, don't bring the man in here that can't help you pay the bills."
Yeah, yeah.
And if you can't pay the bills or help you pay the bills, don't bring him. So
But
when you grow up with that, bringing to, I mean, that is where you can keep on with. And if a man can't help you pay this and pay that, or he can't come. Man, unfortunately, there are some men that would actually do it. So you're gonna win.
yeah. Anyhow, we kind of past time now.
Yeah.
I want
All
to
right.
thank I want to thank DJ Mali for sure for joining us on the podcast. We definitely have to have him again. And I
Yeah.
find it
Definitely.
extremely funny that this man has not heard anything from the Red Pill Life or the Manosphere, and the man sound like he's well versed in what we have been talking about and how we are seeing things.
It's
So
amazing.
I think what we should take from this is that it doesn't matter where we get the information from. Some of us are getting the information from our own intellect. So
Yep.
straight off
Just
the bat,
observing
it
life.
has right. So don't let us get into, oh, he listened to the red pill life. You need to. Some men can think for themselves too. So again, thank you everybody. Thank you Mali for joining us. We will have you back
Thanks for
again. We
guys,
definitely want
man.
the results of that poll. Thanks everybody for the engagement. Thanks everybody for turning up. Derek, I can let you close us out with
Yeah, man. Guys, as always, check out all the different platforms we have. We on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the Senate Podcast 246 on IG. And of course, send anything you want us to look at on senateinsession@gmail.com. And as always, guys, be the best version of you for you. And we will see you guys next week.
All right, guys, thank you for having me. Enjoyed it, and I will keep you informed on certain stuff.
Yeah, man, buddy. Thanks
Yeah,
for coming
man.
through.
If you guys are interested on seeing that poll, everybody go follow me on the gram
Correct.
at Mali and Fresh. I can post and stuff and see what's really happening here.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
All right,
so
man.
follow
All right.
Share Mali Fresh at Mali Fresh on IG. Follow the Senate podcast. We see you guys next week, man.
All right, man. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night. Peace and love,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You have my attention. Dance for me, baby. Just keep it moving, cause we're still improving. I love how you dance.